Today we're talking about risk.
Risk.
Not that kind of risk. We're talking about investment risk. How much investment risk can you handle both financially and mentally? If you're an investor, it's important to know not only to stay afloat financially, but also to make sure you can sleep at night when the markets are not doing well. Let's take a closer look at risk tolerance. All investments have risk. A person's risk tolerance is a level of volatility in investment returns and investment losses that an investor can withstand. Risk tolerance is an important part of investing. An investor needs to be realistic about their ability and willingness to handle variances in the value of their investments or a loss of their investments. Risk tolerance can be broken down into two main areas. They are an investor's ability to handle risk and an investor's willingness to handle risk. Let's take a look at the ability to handle risk first. This is sometimes called financial risk tolerance and refers to an investor's ability to handle an investment loss financially. For example, if an investment you've made loses money, can you afford it or will it impact your standard of living? If an investment loss causes you to reduce your standard of living, then you may be taking on too much risk. This ability is determined by your financial means, which includes both your financial wealth, money saved and invested, and your ability to generate income. The greater your financial means, the more financial risk tolerance you can take on. Now let's talk about willingness to handle risk, sometimes called psychological risk tolerance. This is the emotional side of investing and has very little to do with your financial means. Just because you have high financial means does not mean you will also have high psychological risk tolerance. People with modest or low financial means may be psychologically comfortable taking on risks that may exceed their financial risk tolerance. No matter your financial means, if the investment risk you've taken on is impacting you negatively psychologically, such as maybe you can't sleep, you're having panic attacks, or worse health issues brought on by stress over your investments, if this is the case, you may be exceeding your risk tolerance and need to re-examine your investments. Determining your risk tolerance is not always easy. It can sometimes be difficult to balance the desire to go after potential higher returns with the amount of risk you are willing to take both financially and psychologically. Make sure you're honest with yourself when trying to determine your risk tolerance. Past behavior is one way to help determine how much risk you're willing to take on. Try and think about a past investment loss or another time you lost money. What was your reaction to your loss? If you had trouble accepting the loss or reacted negatively to it, it could mean you need to reduce your risk in the future. And that's the basics of risk tolerance. To learn more about investing, visit our website and follow our social media channels to find more of our investor education content.